Hello everyone, I would like to show you my game against strong Fide Master. We played this game in chess.com and as you see my performance rating was 3100, so this game went very well from my part. The game was interesting and instructive also, so I would like to show you how to beat Ruy Lopez Berlin Defence. This is the starting position in Ruy Lopez, and Berlin Defence starts with knight f6. Here the main line is castling. I made this castling. d3 is one good option also. Actually, in top-rated games, d3 is played very often to avoid this endgame line, which is quite drawish in top chess. But I think there is still some room for play. New ideas can pop up, and it's not so obvious to play the way that equal position means draw in the end. The main ideas are quite different for black and for white. Usually black's idea is to keep bishop pair on the board and try to exchange rooks. For example, in many lines black plays king to e8 or c8 and try to bring rook to d file and make exchanges. It's quite common that white avoid this kind of rook trades and try to bring rook to e4, e1 and create some ideas with pawn advantage on king side, I mean. One idea is that black can't make possessed pawn easily, but in many cases white can, and that is the main theme in this line. White tries to play something like h3 and later g4, knight goes somewhere, and then f4, king joins the play, and that is what white usually tries to do. There is also many other ideas. Try to get d5 post for knight, or try to play e6 with tactical means, and sometimes black tries to prevent this idea with h5 or try to exchange pieces to make more room for those other pieces. But okay, let's see how game went. I played this quite common move h3 and he played bishop e7. Here I played b3, which is actually a novelty because here white has played knight c3 almost in every game, or rook d1. In few games there is also g4 move, and other moves are bishop f4 or rook e1, which has been played few times. Anyway, this b3 is quite a useful move and quite common idea to put bishop b2. The idea is to play e6 in some lines if there is some tactics going on with a long diagonal. Here knight goes to h4, and I avoid the trade by playing knight d4. If white trades the knight, I think black's bishops are getting to the game quite easily, and king can go to c8 or e8, and then black can bring his rook to d8. And actually here is one idea is to provoke c5, which might seem a good move, but there is also downside. After the move, there is no control on d4 or b4 squares, and the knight can jump very quickly to d5, for example, and create many threats. And if black plays c6 to cover these squares again, then d6 can be a problem, and knight can jump to d6 in some lines. Now bishop goes to f5, very natural move, hits the c2 pawn. I played c4, which is also very natural idea. It gives support for knight also in some cases, and king went to e8. I played knight to c3, c6 prevents these ideas. I played knight c3, and it hits the bishop. One idea is to trade bishop in some lines, but I wasn't sure is it good idea in this position, because in some cases a knight can jump to d4, and that might be a big or small problem for white. The other option is to play knight e4 and try to get the own knight to d6, and maybe black has to take, and then this idea is slower. In these positions, usually one move can make a big difference. If white can make some threats, black doesn't have enough time to cover squares, and then things can be very different in that case. Black played bishop d3, which is very active looking, but actually I thought that this is mistake, and computer agrees with me. Rook e1. This is a right file for white rook. There is many chances to create attack because king is in same file, and then there is chances to make even knight f6 in some cases. Rook d8 was the black's move here. Knight f5 was actually the move I was expecting, but maybe I can play this way, and if knight jumps here, then there's already knight d6. This is not very easy line to see what is happening here, but it seems that in this kind of lines white is doing well. Many chances to create attack, and these pieces are not doing too much, even they look very active. Black can take e4, and after this maybe knight d4 or h5. maybe h5. Yes, it prevents g4 ideas, or at least after g4 takes, rook can have a file. Otherwise, this rook might get in trouble, I mean misplaced in many cases. Anyway, game went this way, and now I was thinking that if I take with rook, then this knight can be a big problem because there is no f5 square. The only downside is that my back rank can be an issue, but when I saw that maybe I can put my bishop to b2 in many cases, and then exchange of these rooks are not a problem for white, actually it's a problem for black, then it's better idea to take with rook. Now this knight can't go to f5, and if it goes to g6, then f pawn can roll over, and the knight has to retreat f8, which is a very passive situation for black. Here knight goes to g6, and I played f4. Now black played bishop h4. Actually, this is quite good idea to try to make this typical blockade, but in this case it's too slow. I just play knight f5, and then knight can't go here, bishop is hanging, and now it's very hard to find moves for black. Rook is doesn't have any options to find better square, and bishop, if bishop goes to f2, at least I thought that I can easily bring my bishop to the game. If this exchange happens, then this bishop is also a problem. Maybe white can even play g3 and king g2, and if black tries to keep pieces on board, at least bishop can go to c3, and then if rook goes here, computer likes white's position a lot. Maybe this is the easiest way to exchange these bishops and take with this rook. And now we can see one idea which is quite common in this line, just to put rooks to e file and try to play e6, but e6 immediately. Why is it? Is there something wrong? No, actually this is working also. So probably I would go to this line to play something like this. Actually now this is slight mistake, or even big one. Has to take here first to prevent counter chances. Now white is going to take c5, so probably b6 is more or less forced. Here knight goes to e7, and then okay, white can take here, and then white's rooks are much more active, and this f pawn is too strong. Of course there's many other options, maybe just knight here and taking here breaks this pawn chain, and then white's position is overwhelming in positional wise also. But this active idea is quite common in this line. Anyway, black plays king f8 in this position, and then this trade happened. Bishop d8, and now knight is free to move, but white's position is already too strong. b6, this was hanging, so pawns are rolling over here, and this is kind of ideal position where white's position is overwhelming. White pieces are playing much better together, and the h8 rook is a big problem here. I played g4, which might be a slight mistake according to the computer, but this is a very common idea to play this way, and king can join to the game or step away from this diagonal if there is some tactical threats. Anyway, the end is very near here, and now black played f6. Actually, I was expecting like something like h5 or some active ideas, but if black plays h5, white can still play f6, and white is winning. If pawn takes here, and then this idea is winning for white, and if bishop takes here, white can take here, and we check, and then another check, and then bishop is knight is hanging on e7. So very difficult position for black. Here many moves are winning, but I think this is quite a nice idea. Again, open up this diagonal, and then there is promotion ideas, many kind of tactical ideas. So h5 is not an it's not a better option, and passive way passive play with king g8 is not an option either. White can play f6 and then e6. Very nice idea. Just create this tactical idea. The rook is hanging there, and there is nothing that black can do about it. Anyway, black played f6 here, I took here, and now bishop took here. The position was already losing, but after pawn takes g7, rook is dropping, and white has clear advantage in this position. Black resigned. Okay, that was the game. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.